Hey guys, it's Remi What the Fuck and the ever lovely Miss Cake. We are with Broke Butt Podcast. We may be limping, we may be gimping, but we are still pimping that anime info. Guys, I'm super annoyed with myself right now. We just recorded an entire fucking 45 minutes podcast, and on the closing note, my idiot self pressed the cancel button. So if I sound a little annoyed, my apologies. I'm gonna toss it over to Miss Cake over here, and she's gonna talk for a minute. Go. Take it away, love. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Right, welcome. So this is Cake.
Take two.
So this episode is first of first. So
I liked my first recording of it. I'm so mad at myself.
Well, then, mad. Second of first.
Fuck.
All right, we'll get right into it.
Guys, I had the best opening ever. I'm really mad with myself, okay?
Wait, what was the opening?
Welcome to Broke Butt Podcast. We're about to pop your cherry or something like that. Let's pop your cherry with anime first on first.
Oh my god.
I'm so sad.
All right, let's get into it. So, first anime. So, if we go way back, when I was 11, I'd have to say my first anime would be Gundam Wing. So, it was something that caught my eye, caught my attention, and it's been stuck in my brain ever since. I'll say 3 words. Space travel. Space travel.
Pirates.
Robots. And aircraft. You can't go wrong with these 3 things. Definitely, I like the 80s version. One of my
80s anime
favorite.
sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Any 80s anime sucks. It's like that No Man's Land that we don't talk about. Like you got the world of anime, and then you have anime from like anything before the 90s, and you're like, well, we don't go over there too often.
True. I mean, there's some pretty good ones, from the 80s and 90s.
Well, 90s isn't included in that 80s reference.
Late 80s, 90s. It should be included. It's very close in time.
I want you to tell any person born in the 80s that 80s and 90s should be included together.
Oh, well, that's why you say late 80s and 90s. I was born in the late 80s. Do I remember anything about the 80s? I do not.
You're a 90s
But I remember
kid.
the 90s.
90s.
But I wasn't born in the 90s.
But I feel like anybody that says that they're like an 80s baby, I feel like you're lying. Whatever that time frame that you grew up during.
So if it's like after 85, you're not considered an 80s baby?
No, like 86, 87.
So after 86, 87.
Yeah. Are you born in 85?
88.
I was like, you're not that old.
No, I guess I'm not.
Like, you're only 2 years older than me, aren't you? You're 30 this year?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 28. Anywho. Yeah, no, I can't get behind. God damn it, I'm so pissed. I'm really angry with myself, everybody. I was witty. I was funny. Now I'm just annoyed. I'm out of coffee.
Well, do you want to just do this later?
No! I don't want to do it later. Just gonna have to get through my brooding self. God damn it.
All right, so your first anime.
My first anime was Inuyasha. And I was up super late trying to watch it. Like, I would shove stuff under my door so that my mom didn't hear me watching it, because it was like at 2, 3 a.m. when Toonami was airing it, because like Inuyasha wasn't that big anymore. And like, everybody knows, if you're on super early on Toonami likes you. The farther you get out into the morning, Toonami's like, nah, fuck you. We really don't like you. But we still have to air you. And Inuyasha was on in that period of like 3 a.m., so they didn't desperately hate it. but it like wasn't their most popular anymore. And I remember watching Kagome swimming through the lake, like it was some super risque stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I can never let my mom know I'm watching naked women in a cartoon swimming. And I went to school the next day, and I sat with this really weird group of girls. One, like, super, like, popular, always throwing up or always, like, starving herself chick. Well, always still kind of a little pudgy, though. Like, I don't think she was doing it right. And then, like, a super skinny girl who, super nice, super sweet. I don't know what the hell happened to her. And then a girl a little bit like myself. She was super shy, not really comfortable with who she was, I feel, at that point in time. And she was the one who, like, piqued interest when I was like, yeah, I was watching this weird show on Toonami last night. And immediately it was like, Inuyasha! I was like, Kagome! Inuyasha! Kagome! I'm sorry. But, like, so that kind of created our bonding moment where she, like, took me over to her, like, super big mansion, which for me, like, I was coming from, like, an itty-bitty house, like, in the middle of nowhere, and she takes me into this giant mansion where her mysterious father comes out, and, like, he's this, like, CEO and, like, makes multi-million dollars, and you're like, what do you do for a living? He's like, I can't discuss that, and you're like, you kill people, don't you? I'm gonna go in the basement with your daughter. Don't hurt me. Although I will say his relationship and my relationship progressed. And I really don't talk to his daughter anymore, but I definitely talk to him. Anywho, though, she showed me like 500 million anime music videos, and at the time I wasn't that deeply into it, and like watching 500 million anime music videos is like slow torture when you don't know any of the animes. You're just like, oh, all right, that was funny. What the fuck's happening? Like, I don't know these characters. Like, what? But it did lead me into like watching all the other animes. I became more of a nerd than she has, and to this day, like, I think I've seen 300 different animes along with reading a bunch of different mangas. So I'm always a little bit scatterbrained on what anime I'm talking about. But I absolutely love Inuyasha. I'm a huge villain fan. I love Sesshomaru. I fantasized about Sesshomaru a lot during my middle school days.
I mean, who wouldn't?
I know, right? Like, like he's got that fluffy side of him, where he has a giant fluffy tail, can be made into a bed.
Exactly.
He got a swimmer's body. He's a demon. If you got daddy issues, he's like 2,000 years old, so I mean, like, kind of like grandpa. I mean, that'd be a grandpa issue. And then, if you're on the really freaky deaky side of it, and you're into that bestiality shit, I mean, he can turn into a dog. But I mean, like a giant dog. Like, have you seen his dog form? Like,
yeah, I've seen it.
Like, it's not like a normal sized dog. I feel like if his penis was out, that size.
All right, and on
like,
that note,
that's like wrecking her.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I don't think we can come back from that. All right, so animes that have a first time watch deadline. So basically, after a certain age, it's hard to watch a certain anime, or maybe you've seen a lot of better ones, and it's really difficult to go back to it. So for me, that would be Sailor Moon. Now, as an adult, I cannot get past 5 minutes before I start yawning or falling asleep. I mean, as far as nostalgia goes, you know, it's nice to see it every once in a while, but I can't sit through an entire episode.
Did you ever practice
anymore.
like the Sailor Moon like stance that when they're transforming into the different? Did you? Practice?
I absolutely did.
Like
me and
like,
my
did
friends.
You have a wand and you would
school.
stand. It's like.
Well, we didn't have wands, so we just grabbed some sticks that we found on the ground.
What's the Sailor Moon song? Let's go ghetto Sailor Moon.
Oh my god.
Guy, get your stick. You put some sparkles on
it's all about imagination. But yeah, we could have used some ribbons, I'm not gonna lie. We could have put some ribbons.
You guys weren't creative. You're like, no, we don't need no fucking ribbons. I mean, sticks might have been better. Like, you can hit somebody with a stick really well. Shank somebody with a stick and sharpen it.
If the teachers doesn't see you, sure. You know, you gotta make sure you hit them at the right angle.
I mean, like, if they were using that sort of stuff in, like, a new Sailor Moon, like, adults might watch it. Like, make it more into a comedy.
No, I don't think adults will watch it. You'd still be like, what the fuck is this?
Like, why am I watching this? I think in the Japanese version, actually in Japan, like, aren't they actually naked? Like, you see nipples and, like, kind of vagina?
See, I wouldn't know because I wasn't really given access to watch anime when I was a kid. So if I ever saw it, we were at someone else's house or...
Just to give you an idea, though, Miss Cake grew up in a... What is it called? Who are they? Doorknocker?
We don't have to include that in this podcast. I had a very strict upbringing. We'll leave it at that.
Good information as to why you did not have access to anime.
Strict upbringing. We'll leave it at that. So, no. Whenever I saw anime as a kid... It definitely was not at home.
She had to hide it.
People's house.
I had to hide mine though too, and I did not have a strict upbringing. Like my mom was like, "You're my fourth child. Be free. Go about your life. Be free. Wear some ruffles." And then she got me. Like she tried to curl my hair and make me all cutesy like a doll, and be like, "No, I'm gonna go play paintball. Go watch anime girls swim naked through the water." Card Capture Sakura is a big one like that too. Like it's a good anime. But if you're not with that age range, I feel like whatever anime you're watching with those ones. So like Sailor Moon, you gotta be in that age range. Like that preteen age range where you're like, I can save the world too if I have a sparkly wand that changes my clothes for me and I have a talking cat. Whereas, like, Cardcaptor Sakura, they're like 10 years old and she's collecting cards. Like, or Zatch Bell. Have you heard of Zatch Bell?
No, I don't think I have.
It was on Cartoon Network and I remember watching it when I was like in middle school. And this guy, have you heard of Fate Stay Night?
No, I haven't.
I'm really feeling ashamed of you right now. Okay, so like the main character finds Zatch, and it's this little annoying kid that has these magical powers, and these other teenagers or adults find these other annoying children with magical powers, and they use them to fight each other. Anime has horrible descriptions if you break it down into reality. Like, you read the caption of that anime, you're like, God, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I get it. Fight Club for kids. Let's do this.
You, like, really break it down, and you're like, oh, shit, wait a minute. So, like, they had to go find these other kids, and I think they were saving them or something, or fighting them. And, like, it was a weird anime that as a preteen, mid-teen, you're like, yeah, Fight Club for kids. And then, like, you get to adulthood and you're like, well, that's not right.
That's not good.
And like, I'm
not gonna tell anybody that I watched this.
So I was trying to introduce my my guy friend. He's super straight lace, military, Navy to anime. And so I turned on The Ancient Magus Bride. Phenomenal anime about fairies and fairy lore and phenomenal. I love it. And he sits down and there's this character. I showed you the pin of it. That was The Ancient Magus Bride.
Oh, okay.
With the skull head.
Yeah.
Okay, so his name's Elias. Phenomenal character. I love him. Like, but it's got kind of a creepy undertone to it. So I was trying to explain it to him. I was like, yeah, no, she was being sold in this auction because she doesn't have a family and she's like super poor. And so they're selling her. Probably to sex slave trade. But they were selling her. And Elias comes in and buys her. And nobody's questioning the fact that he has a fucking skull on his head. Or for his head. But it's okay. And like you later on find out that like he puts on glamours and whatnot. And anywho. So he's sitting there and he's watching and he's like, so the girl's like 15, right? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so he's like ageless, right? Like he's been around for like ever, right? Like he's like the first creature into existence. I'm like, yeah. So he's a pedophile? No, he's not a pedophile. No, he's not. And we're watching and he's like, well, who's that priest? The priest watches Elias to make sure he doesn't do anything bad, like rape children. He's not a pedophile, but I mean, like, priests, like, neither of these, like, Kim, like, you're not seeing this? I'm like, don't judge my anime. You cannot break it down, because if you break down anime, you feel really bad about enjoying it. Like Inuyasha. Inuyasha's like 2,000 years old. Kagome is 15. Lord Shomaru is like 5,000. Rin is like 5. Like, nah, she's like 7, I think. But either way, it's very pedophilia all over the place.
Yeah, I can see why people are concerned with that.
So, like, that's why I'm always like, there are those animes that you have to watch in that age range. And if you do not watch that anime in that age range, you don't go back. Don't go back.
Yeah, that is true. Although I feel like Pokemon would probably be my only exception. Like, I can still watch Pokemon till this day, and I enjoy it.
So I never started watching Pokemon until my son started watching it. And there's a part of me that's like, wow, I hate this. And a part of me that's like, I should wait for him to get up and not watch it. Like, we should watch it together so I don't feel, like, really ridiculous being 28 and watching Pokemon. But it's just, like, really... And I really want to know at what point the artist or the voiceover actor or voiceover producer, instructor was like, you know what? Let's change rice balls to donuts. Nobody's going to notice. Like, nobody's going to be like, oh, that is a donut. It's a weird looking donut. It's a donut. Like, and nobody in this anime was like, Brock, what are you smoking? Like, it's a rice ball.
Well, I mean, because rice balls are the equivalent of donuts.
Not fucking equivalent. And, like, at what point was, like, the American team on that, like, so, like, rice balls are, like, a staple in Japan. Like, it's like a thing. It's like their food, right? Like, not, like, their only source of food. Like, I feel like...
Right.
But, like, that's, like, a thing they eat. And they're, like, the equivalent of a rice ball in America. Donuts. Americans eat donuts. That is a staple in our diet.
Although, like, I do feel like, I mean, they definitely could have just kept rice balls. Because, I mean...
We know what a rice ball is.
Right. And people like it.
We eat rice here.
Yeah.
Although, you did eat a donut when you came over to my house. Like, that was like the first thing I offer you.
Well...
Like, do you want some food? Do you want a donut?
I ate a donut because you didn't have any rice balls. So, what am I supposed to do?
I am not a good enough cook to make a rice ball. Like, I'm gonna attempt to make it and be like, it's a plate of rice.
Yeah.
Like, that is my equivalent of cooking. I'm just a plate of rice. It's a donut. That's how I'm gonna get Dominic to eat rice. Be like, stick food in front of my kid and be like, it's a donut. All right, Mom, yeah, it's a donut. I'm gonna eat it. Okay. Anime logic.
That's true. I think anyone else, if you said, hey, you want some donuts, and you gave them that instead, they'd probably look at you like, all right, well, after today, I hope I don't see you ever again.
Like, there's something wrong with you. But no, they travel with this idiot, too. Like, after that moment, they were like, this seems like a good travel companion. He's pretty rapey. Like, he's always trying to get with some chick. He does not know what a donut is. But, like, let's travel with him. He seems like a good travel buddy.
Well, I mean, he was pretty intimidating in the gym, so I can understand why they were just like, hey, this guy's strong.
I never actually saw him in the gym.
Yeah, he had, oh my god, I should know this. Onyx was like, a really powerful rock Pokemon.
Oh yeah, he does have the rock snake thing.
Yeah, because he had him and Geodude.
No, Geodude was... No, wait, he did have Geodude.
Yeah, because he was fighting Ash, who had Pikachu, in which, you know, electricity doesn't really weaken rock. But But I don't know. I feel like Ash won on the technicality for that one because, his poor Pikachu was so scared. He just started sending lightning bolts anywhere until those sprinklers came on.
I just want to put out there, Pikachu was an asshole.
I don't think so.
Like, he was a pain in the ass to begin with. Like, Pikachu, get in your ball. No. Like, he just couldn't, conform.
True.
So we were, my brother and I were taking the kids to Mount Olympus. And so it's like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
And so we were letting the kids watch Pokemon in the back seat. And I hadn't seen Pokemon prior to this point. Like, I hadn't ever seen it. So I was kind of listening half-heartedly while I was driving. And I remember thinking, why are they sending 10-year-olds out with a backpack and nothing else? Go be free, my child. Good luck. No cell phone. No money.
Wait, was Ash 10 at the...
Yes! Ash is 10 years old.
Jeez.
And, he hooks up with this, 18-year-old Misty. Misty's got to be in her late teenage years, possibly early 20s. And Brock is considered old. So he's got to be, in his 30s.
That's true. He was raising all those kids that his dad left.
So, this is a really weird group to start off with. And his mother is just peace. I did my job. Don't die. And so, my brother leans back, and his son is, 6 years old. And he's like, do you want to go be a Pokemon trainer? He's like, yeah. He's like, so at 10 years old, I'm kicking you out. You're all done. I'm going to give you a backpack. I'm going to give you a hat, and you're going to go find some Pokemon. He's like, what kind of Pokemon am I going to find? And I look over, and there's this dead raccoon on the side of the road. And I point to him look, sweetie, that's Raccoono. His power is Rigamortia.
Oh, my God.
This whole drive, we were renaming animals to be Pokemon and what their superpower was.
That poor child.
I'm a horrible aunt. You're just horrible.
Oh, my God. All right.
He was so upset with me. Next question.
He should be upset with you. Moving on. All right, so why you shouldn't watch the best of the best anime right away. All right, so for me, I think the best of the best can be subjective. What one person might think is the best, another one will be, no, that's pretty crappy.
So
everyone has different tastes. And then for me, I kind of feel like you should watch what you're interested in. And I don't think it should be in a specific timeline. But
I think that... So if you're watching... So there are the quintessential animes that are at the top of the list. When you search anime on Google, it's going to throw you the same big names that everybody knows about. So Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is going to pop up. I can guarantee you FMA is going to pop up. I could not do FMA when I first started out. I watched it and I was like, this is super weird. This is fucking stupid. It's boring, it's low, it's weird, I couldn't do it. My mindset was not in the anime world yet. And I feel like the really big animes, so for example, at ASIN, it's always got a big anime that they're focused on, be it Full Metal Alchemist, Free, I think is what it's called, Free Swim. It's a stupid anime about a bunch of swimmers.
Okay.
I hate it. Or Yuri on Ice. There are those big animes that are big for that year. Whereas if you start out with smaller, well-known animes that aren't as screaming anime at you, it can ease you in a lot better than being I'm gonna watch whatever the fuck I'm gonna watch. Granted, you're gonna watch whatever the fuck you're gonna watch because you don't have someone sitting there going, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're not at that level.
You're not at this level. You need to be at this level to watch this one."
Just like Ash, you don't have enough badges for this anime, okay? I see your anime card. You haven't gotten enough points yet. Go back to Sailor Moon. Go back to Pokemon. Go back to Zatch Bell. I don't know why you stepped away from Code Lyoko. You need that as a base because it's confusing as all hell, and that's gonna help you get into Psychopass. You're not at Psychopass level yet. It's not happening. I'm sorry. Go sit back down in the corner. You know, there's a lot of anime snobs. Like, it's a thing.
Really?
Like, if you don't know specific animes or if you don't know everything about that, like, they're fucking snobs about it. They're not inclusive. Like, and it's kind of like cosplay. Like, if you can't be that super, like, expensive, like, your cosplay is perfect, they, like, snub you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and it's a little ridiculous. Like, you want people to like anime, and then you're sitting there, hey, no. Well, Miss Cake takes the line.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where were we? Oh, we were talking about, no one should be able to just tell you what order you should watch things in. I don't know. I kind of feel like...
wet spot on my floor.
I kind of feel like if you're interested in it, you should watch it. I don't think there's a necessary order that it has to be in. And then, well, I'm bad with this, but I have plenty of animes that I did not finish watching. So there's like a long list of half-watched things that eventually I know I need to finish.
Eventually, in your time of frame mind, I don't know if I can be heard. I'm in like another room at the moment. Eventually, in your time frame is like 7 months. That's the eventually time frame for Miss Cake's. Eventually.
No, not 7 months.
It so is. How long did it take you to finish Kiss Him, Not Me?
Definitely didn't take 7 months. I mean, because I started watching it at one point, and then I don't remember why I stopped. Probably because like of work and all that. But once I got back into it, I think I finished it within about a week.
So I just want you all to understand her eventually and her inability to finish things. I offered her a donut or a rice ball when she came in. And that rice ball / donut is sitting by my lamp for some reason. And I didn't even know she didn't even finish it. That's how you are with anime.
No, absolutely not. It's different.
It's different.
Oh. I don't know. All right. So I guess we can move on to the next one. So the reality of anime is searching through shit to find one good one.
It really is the reality. Like I've even seen in like anime forums where it's a thing where people like take off 6 months from anime because you can't find anything good. Like you have searched and searched and searched and you're like, all right.
I don't know.
Guess I'll go watch Gilmore Girls.
I think if I couldn't find something new that I enjoyed, I'd probably just revisit the ones that I do like.
All 3, huh?
What? Whatever. Because I know one thing for sure, if for some reason I couldn't find anything new to watch, I would definitely go back to Ghost in Shell.
I can't do Ghost in the Shell. Like, I like it, and it's a good anime, but it's quiet. Like, it's super quiet.
I don't think it's... Well, you know what? I guess I kind of understand what you mean. It is a bit quiet. It's not all this outrageous, over-the-top action. It's
definitely a drama. Like, I mean, like, it is a drama.
Well, I mean, because I would look at it like a detective cop show. But, set in a futuristic Tokyo. Was it Tokyo? I'm pretty sure it was Tokyo. Or Japan, rather.
Tokyo is in Japan.
Well, no, but I mean, like, not specifically Tokyo, but, like, in Japan.
Just so I'm not wrong, it's in Japan. Like, oh, it's in Tokyo? Oh, see, I was right. I said it was in Japan.
See, well, that's why I gotta watch it again because I forgot what region they were in. Um, but that's one I can definitely see myself watching over and over again. I mean, it was just a really good story, and the characters were interesting, and seeing how they maneuvered, the different, I guess, enemies that they had to encounter.
See, I think I'm just the type that I can't go back. Like, once I've seen an anime, I've seen it. And I have to jump to a different one. The only ones that I've revisited a few times are, like, Nana, which I love. I love Nana. Inuyasha I've visited a few times. Witch Hunter Robin I've been trying to redo, but it's super quiet. Like, stupid fucking quiet. And, like, you kind of get annoyed with Robin because she's a pain in the ass 15-year-old that has these magical powers that she can, like, she's considered a witch, I think. And so she fights other witches and she burns them, but she needs glasses and she doesn't want to fucking wear her glasses because without her glasses she just torches everything.
Oh, wow.
And so with her glasses, she's able to pinpoint it. And the entire concept here, she doesn't fucking want to wear her glasses. And it's like, what? Like that? Like what?
Who's the writer?
Right? Like we need to sit down.
We need to talk.
Like no.
I don't know, cause I mean, there's one like that. I know I want to watch Akira again whenever I get the chance to do that. It was a very interesting movie, that's for sure. And things didn't follow movie. And yeah, things didn't follow in that straight line that you normally see in these type of shows or whatever. And then My Hero Academia. Like, I've already started watching season 1 again because I mean,
Could you imagine swallowing a hair? Like, it's something super simple. Like, if you were offered magical powers and, like, they're like, eat my hair.
I can't.
Would you eat that hair?
I can't say that I would. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've eaten my own hair plenty of times.
But, like, you always try to pull it out. Like, you have super long hair. So, like, and I'm pretty sure his hair was super long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, like, it's that hair that you're going to, like, pull out, and it has that feeling of you pulling it out, and you cringe a little. So, like, is that going to have that feeling all the way? I've never literally swallowed a piece of hair. And, like...
I think that's what made it funny. Here, swallow this hair. You're like, what?
Like, I'd be sitting there for a minute, like, looking at it, like, so, like,
maybe
legit.
I don't want it that bad.
Like, how long ago did you wash your hair? Because right now you look pretty scuzzy.
Yeah.
And with my luck, I would get some, like, weird, perverted, like, goes down by his pubes. Here you go, swallow my hair. Like, oh, no. Sorry, I don't want to be a... Nope.
Oh boy, well that's an image I really didn't want to have. So thanks for that.
I'm here all night.
Oh my god. But anyway, back to the question. So yeah, I would say searching for me is more like, let me read the description. If it's something that seems interesting and that I want to, give time to, then I'll go ahead and do that. But other than that, I don't think I've seen so many terrible ones to where I feel like, oh, this is shit.
I'm just gonna start sending you terrible anime, like the worst of the worst. I'm gonna send you Brothers Conflict.
You know what? That would be fine. I mean, having some perspective is also good. No matter how much it may potentially make me cry.
Like, there's some worse, terrible stuff. There's one anime out there, and I guess it didn't do well in Japan. Like, it's called Ghost Stories. Did I send that to you?
No, I don't think you did.
So Ghost Stories is like they're making fun of the anime. Like, the voice actors are all, like, it's top-end voice actors. Like, it's all the big voice actors. And they're, like, making fun of it. Throughout the whole damn thing. And, like, there's one scene where, you know how, like, in, like, a lot of animes, the little kid always sounds super stupid? like they have the high squeaky voice and they're like real childish. Like
Mm.
if you met that child in reality, you'd be like, special ed? Like or like do you have problems? Like is there a reason you're 10 years old and you're acting like you're 3 years old? Like no? Okay. Don't talk to me anymore. They're like it's not normal. And they point that out and like this little like he's supposed to be like 7, I think. And he's sitting there going and whining. And his sister looks go, "You're retarded, aren't you?"
Oh wow.
And like it's just the best anime, but it's like the worst ever.
I don't know, because whenever they depict kids in, you know, the ones I've watched, like, because even in Naruto, there wasn't a whole bunch of, you know, unintelligible gibberish. I mean, because Uzumaki himself is just like, you know, with that squeaky voice, I'm going to be Hokage. Believe it. You know, he had a whole speech ready.
That's like one
every
of the
time he
biggest
would
reasons
talk
I couldn't
about
do it. Believe it, no. Like 5 believe it's later, you're like, oh, fuck, I need to shut this off.
I don't know. My thing is kind of like, you know, who doesn't love an underdog story? I mean, he was considered the worst of his class, no parents, and, you know, some demon in his belly button. I mean, you think, oh, wow,
Demon in
this
his belly
kid
button.
has
Was it
to
really
grow
in his
up to
belly
be.
button?
Yeah, they put like a curse and it was sealed
On his belly button?
in his belly button. Well, that's why the curse seal is like on his stomach.
You know, the author was probably sitting there like, where can I put that curse? Belly button.
I don't know. I mean, definitely not the first thing any other person would think of. Well, I mean, who ever would have thought to
Like,
conceal a demon in a newborn baby?
well, no, that's a lie. There's a movie called Rosemary's Baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they see, well, I mean, I think they placed a demon in her. So, like that was her baby, was the demon.
Okay.
Or like Satan. But like, I mean, technically that was a demon sealed in a baby.
Mm.
But like the baby was the demon.
Oh.
That was pretty good. It was a pretty good show.
Hmm.
Like back in the 50s. Anywho. But yeah.
Well, I can imagine. I guess I have to check that one out then.
But you know, there's just there's a lot of shit anime out there. Like Slam Dunk was shit. I own it. I'm not proud. Like, anytime I show people my anime, it's always kind of like, you know what, don't judge me by that. It's at the Salvation Army. I'm aware of my shame. A shame? Shame.
Shame.
Aware of my shame. Aware of my shame on that. It's not a proud moment.
That's understandable. All right. So getting past a terrible beginning to an actually decent anime. So let me think. What was a terrible beginning? I don't know. I can't think of many. I think the only one I could think of where I thought, man, this is really kind of boring, might have been Berserk. Because as far as, you know, some of the story, things that are happening in the in its universe, it's quite interesting. But I don't know. I think it's the characters. They're not as interesting as I would hope for them to be, and it kind of makes it hard to just keep watching it. But you know, there's these little tidbits that, you know, hints at some sort of plot twist, which kind of keeps you going forward. Like when someone's hinting, oh, I don't think so and so is right. And you're like, I want to know why. But other than that, I mean, I feel that most that I've watched so far, you know, they immediately have a story that's really captivating, really interesting. You want to see, you know, how everything turns out as the story goes along.
But you just think the characters kill it?
For Berserk, kind of. 'Cause the two main characters that you look at, they just, I don't even remember their names. But, it just, there's nothing really distinctive. And then on top of that, I guess I'm used to anime with some sort of, supernatural abilities and not so much of the, sword fighting and knights and armor and things of that nature.
I actually haven't seen that one. I keep putting it aside, like reading it and seeing it. I don't like to do animes that are super like gory or like depressing or like super realistic because it puts me in a crap mood. So I've been kind of avoiding that one. So I can't say nay or yay on it. But like for me, Madoka Magica had a terrible beginning. Like it had a great beginning and a terrible beginning all at the same time. So like we were watching it and I was completely not sober. Like we were like, let's find a new anime, and we clicked on it. We're like, well, this looks interesting. After clicking on like 10 other animes going, shit. Oh, this looks interesting. And I was watching it with a guy friend. And he goes to the bathroom, and I'm watching the beginning, which was super trippy and super awesome. And then I swear it had to be a weird moment for him in the bathroom when all you hear me go, what the fuck? And like, out pops this cat rabbit thing that's like, do you want to be a magical girl? And I was like, oh, no. What? We took a wrong turn somewhere. What do you mean magical girl? And like, I feel like if that term wasn't uttered 1,500 times in the first episode, it wouldn't have taken me that long to get through this anime because it's really a great anime. It has a lot of depth to it. It's a really cool anime, but like just that stupid cat rabbit thing and like, and I know it's a name in Japan. Like, mommy is a name, but for an American audience, having a character that's like teenage years and everybody running around super in love with this character calling her mommy, and there's a little bit of sexual tension between like the characters and her, it's a little weird. You feel a little uncomfortable and you're like, I'm just gonna not watch this. Like there's so many points where you're just like, I'm not gonna watch this in this anime. But once you get past like episode 4 or 5, you're like, oh, alright, evil cat rabbit thing, okay, alright, offs herself to like save the world, okay, like it's a good anime, but it's just like really hard to get through. There's also another one I just was watching this past weekend that I like burned through in a day and a half. What is it called? It's something along the lines of why you shouldn't pick up girls in a dungeon.
Okay.
Or like why you should pick up girls in a dungeon. And it's super weird. Like it has this video game feel to it where a goddess gives you powers. And the gods are all on Earth. And you get these powers and you become an adventurer and you go into this tower of all these different levels of dungeons and you have to level up to get to the next tower. So it's like playing a video game, but like in reality.
Right.
And it was a really stupid beginning. Like, it's really terrible beginning. But it's not a terrible anime. And it's taken me, like, 10 times to just watch this fucking anime. And, like, on Saturday, I was just like, no, we're gonna watch it. We're just gonna watch it. And it had a different name attached to it. Like, Damanchi. Danmach or something like that. It had that name attached to it, so I kind of thought it was a different anime at first. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna watch it, and it tricked me. And I was like, oh shit. All right, well, I'm watching it anyway, so let's watch it. It's the only one on YouTube that I can get that's clear and that doesn't have any issues or changed stuff in it, which wasn't terrible, but it had a terrible ending. Like it just ended, and you find out that he's like Zeus's kid or something like that, and he's like all this all powerful, like human. Or some shit. It was okay. Like, I didn't hate it.
Speaking of anime with a weird ending, have you ever watched My Little Monster.
I have not. No, wait. I finished. See, I remember it. I don't remember the ending.
That's because the ending was like so far off from what the rest
Like
of the series was.
wasn't it that like either the anime wasn't finished or the manga wasn't finished, and they had to like veer off and do their own thing.
I think so, because I've been told that the very last episode was like a fan created thing that was approved. But my thing is like, I don't know. It seemed like all the voice actors were the same.
What happened in the ending?
It was set in like an earlier time than what the rest of the story was.
Like I vaguely recall, like it's the one where she dates a guy that's super shy and like kind of like abusive, or like he's kind of like,
I wouldn't say shy, like he's
kind of crazy,
he's angry. Yeah, he's kind of crazy. He
and
beats
he calms
people up
down
at
around
school.
her or something like that.
Yeah, she makes him calm and
See, this is why I have a fucked up view of men. Like, this is why I can't date normal men, because my whole life has been anime, and anime tells me that if he's abusive, violent, aggressive, terrible human being, but kind of good looking, that he will be a better person for you. That's how I ended up with my son's father.
That's kind of scary.
So I gotta stop basing my taste in men off of anime men.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was weird because I think he was like some sort of extraterrestrial in that last episode, and he was supposed to be taken back to whatever planet they are. It was weird.
They just like jumped the page and they're like, nope.
Because I'm watching it and I'm just like, okay. That was a fun little break from the story. So when do we get back?
Like, all right, okay.
When do we get back to the actual show? And then it's just like, nope, that's it. And it's like, oh, okay. So, just fuck all of their fans. Because we didn't get an ending that we were expecting. It was just completely off in another direction. But I don't know. I'd say I liked it up until that point. But that was maybe the weirdest thing I've ever experienced.
Did you ever watch Gurren Lagann?
Gurren Lagann? No.
Gurren Lagann had something like that, where it was its regular anime, like it was the series. And then like towards the end, they're like, let's get super fucking deep. Like, let's just jump off the deep end and take this in a completely different direction and make it really awesome, but just the ending. And so you're like it wasn't a good or necessarily bad anime. It was just like, it was Gurren Lagann. And then like at the end you're like, yeah! Oh, it ended. Well, I feel like that's what it must feel like when a guy comes. It's like, all right, this is okay. Yeah! Oh, it's done. Like, that's what I imagine it's like.
No, that's one hell of an analogy. I don't even know how we got here. But okay.
Like, that's what I assume it's like. But anywho, yeah, that's like what I feel like a lot of anime is like. Like, they either get a new director at some point, they get a new writer on the team, or like they don't know where it was supposed to go after the manga like stopped, or like they hadn't wrote enough for the manga yet, and they're like, oh, let's do this. Stop letting Americans touch it. Like, y'all just go off in a really weird way. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it does not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
FMA, Full Metal Alchemist, had a moment with Nazis in alternate universes, and we're just like, we don't talk about that ending. Like,
oh, wow.
It is a weird, like, you're watching and you're like, all right, like, this is where you wanted to go with it, okay. And then you watch the real ending, and you're like, yeah, this is right. And you're like, we don't talk about the original ending, we talk about Brotherhood's ending.
I mean, makes sense. I mean, at least it gave the people what they want. My Little Monster, we were just left confused.
A lot of
just like, was that it? Is that the end?
And
No.
that is the woman's side during sex. You have the two worlds. You're like, oh, that's okay.
What happened?
All right. So, like, okay. And then guy's like, yeah, oh, okay.
This is the part where I leave?
No,
I just go? Okay.
Shit, okay.
All right.
I think that's a great way to end this as well. Hey, we're talking about endings, if they were satisfying or not. So are you the guy in this ending of our podcast where you're like, yeah, it's over?
No, all right.
Or are you the girl where you're like,
Weird flex, but okay.
all right, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's how it's going to end. Both Miss Cake and I going, all right, okay. All right. Yeah.
I guess we'll pick this up on the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
We'll get some closure eventually.
What's that South Park character? Do you watch South Park?
I used to.
What's that? He's a teacher. Okay.
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 I forgot that guy's name.
Okay.
Oh my god. I forgot that. I forgot that teacher's name. Because all I remember was Chef. And, always talking about the children. Yeah. Whenever the Loch Ness Monster asked for tree fitty.
Or like, what was it? His chocolate salty balls? Salty chocolate balls?
What?
There's an entire episode where Chef made chocolate salty balls and he was selling them to his kids, like the children, to eat his chocolate salty balls.
I know what that means, but what is South Park? It's not for kids. I don't know why I'm thinking that's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate.
Like, wait, nope.
I'm just
Who's letting their kids watch this?
I'm gonna make an entire sound bit and just edit you into everything where that's inappropriate. Throughout the whole series, that's inappropriate.
Nope, that's not right. You shouldn't do that.
Do you have anything else to add?
No. I think we've covered quite a bit today. And well, then we'll start tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but we'll start the next episode for our thoughts on Zombieland Saga.
Zombie?
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 I said zombie.
You said zombie.
Damn it, we're recorded. Well, Zombie Land Saga.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you for tuning in. I hope you all were entertained. This is Remy What the Fuck.
And Cake.
And we may be limping.
We may be gimping.
But we are still pimping.
That anime info.
Thank you guys.